it. Although after this video, I really don't give a fuck, mate. Me and my dog are having time together, and he can fucking sulk about it. He's had time for his meds to kick in. He's had time for him to fully kick in. So I'm going to be picking that cunt up, carrying him to bed. I'm glad that we fucking set my old TV up there, and I got a shitty ass Fire Stick that allows me to watch YouTube basically. So it really does. Why I just have a nice cuddle with my dog. You know? Because you can't beat that bonding time, right? And that bonding time is what makes it special. But the problem is he's struggling with his nose. He's struggling altogether because he's in pain, bless him. Like today, he wasn't having none of it. He wanted his food, and I was like, "You want your meds then, yeah?" And he basically showed me. He sniffed his bowl. He sniffed where the meat was, and then he sniffed where his meds was. I was like, "Okay, if you're telling me you need your meds, kid, I'll give you your meds. You shouldn't have them for an extra half an hour, but it's not going to do much anyway for you, kid. Like, you know, you can end up life anyway." So, even found some of his old steroids out that I kept just in case to help him with his tab situation, because I'm struggling to get to clean his tabs, because obviously I'm irritating him all the time, and then I've got to touch him to clean his tabs, and he's getting irritated with that. So today I've cleaned his tabs, but I've only done the one that's worse the most, and then the one that's, not terrible, I've sort of like bypassed that. I've left that be. So the only thing is tomorrow I got to run around, do shopping, do this, get everything in so that I can survive the fortnight. And then I've also got to pay my mum back the money that I borrowed, which is a ridiculous amount because, I've had to pay for his meds. Then I forgot about my fucking gas, and so my mum's helped me out with that. So I got to pay that back ASAP, and by a ridiculous amount, I mean like 40 quid. That's how much a ridiculous amount of money I've borrowed off my mum, because I haven't got that money, so that money is a ridiculous amount. And then never mind, when it comes to putting him down, I've got to borrow that money again, because I want his ashes back. I want him back with me. And then that's what I can look forward to, ish. But it may allow me to live. I want to get him a nice cabinet, and I want a load of nice photos that I've got of him in it. And I'm gonna have my own little like memorial stand for him, sort of thing. Like, for my mate Ginge, I'm not bothered about him no more. Like, no offense, bro, but you've made no effort of messaging. The only time you really message is when you basically want me to come down so you can pinch fucking my weed off me. You know what I mean? And the problem is, I ain't gonna lie, every single one of your friends noticed this as well. Every single one. And that's why people stop coming round and people stop interacting with you. Because you're selfish upon that nature. Right, sit there and smoke everybody else's, but, you know, begrudge 2 or 3 drags to your mates.
Approaching the LZ.
And they were always giving you more than what you was giving in return. And the thing is them 2 or 3 drags that you would have shared would have got you more in the long run. You know. So that comes down to a shit situation upon that one, brother. And also, like, whichever way people choose to look at that perspective. To me, mate, I ain't gonna lie, you didn't have much to be offering out in the first place, so I kind of understood your perspective. But, you know, I was always giving you some of mine. So it should have been always on the return.
That's Techix, according to my map.
You would even blatantly disrespect your mates, thinking they just wanted to come round for a spliff. Like, they just wanted to smoke your weed, even though they came round with weed all the time. Like, which is called disrespect, bro. Now, if someone's coming around all the time and they ain't got nothing and they're expecting you to provide for them, then yeah, that's called being used. But you know, if someone comes around and ain't got nothing but has always helped you out, you should be doing the fucking same.
There's a door up ahead.
Imagine being posted out here. Must be lonely.
And this is the problem with the world, man.
This must be Dr. Adam's workspace, the one the SDG agent is investigating.
Like, generally the problem with the world.
This equipment has been sterilized with a standard radioisotope. There are trace elements of biomaterial that could be consistent with exaltation pods.
We'd all be willing to help.
Leftovers from Adam's experiments.
The agent mentioned a Kent handler too.
And share more if we didn't have this third party element in between. Right? I mean, for a start, mate, I could wake up bored, and then the people that are farming, I might decide I want to learn how to farm, go learn how to farm, realise that the job's not cut out for me after 3 or 4 days' work, and go and find another job that may be suited to me. Get bored of that job, and then go somewhere else and learn. You know what I mean? Right? Where that way, I'm always providing for society. So like I'm doing now, I'd play a load of different games, struggle with reading, but are constantly adapting and learning throughout my campaign game. And becoming a million times better because I've had to struggle with nothing because I've struggled with the reading area. But once I start working out what stuff are in the game, I become much more efficient within the game.
What you found at John Inc. was amazing, Pathfinder. We'll be able to excavate the city, reclaim our lost history. These recent victories against the Ked have opened so many possibilities. Rebuilding, even expansion. There is a place for your people in this, if you desire. I'd like to extend a formal welcome, as steward of Techix.
I appreciate your generosity.
I am being practical. Many feel our peoples are stronger together than apart. With the vault reactivated, the conditions on Vold will improve with time. At least, that is the hope. I will leave you to it then, Ryder. Welcome home.
I won't disturb you further.
So
It is no disturbance at all. May your luck build, Ryder.
I'm waiting to get paid to be broke before I've even managed to sort anything out of a luxury level. To the point where I can't help any of my mates out, even if I wanted to. Because now I have to leave myself short to be able to do that. And the fact is I've left myself short beforehand to help mates and get fuck all in return. To the point where I've come home starving, why they've sat and had a meal in front of me. But bearing in mind, I've put myself on my arse to help you out, and you can't even
I think
fucking
I
watch chuck an
understand
extra
now
jacket-tater
why
in
the
fucking oven for me.
Asari are such a force in your galaxy.
Things are different in Andromeda.
You know,
Forgot that for a while.
put a small bit of meal to the side so that I could have something to eat. But then you expect me
Let's get a
to
scan.
do everything for you. Sort of shit. Like, don't you find that slightly disrespectful?
If that SDG agent was right, this cat was Dr. Adams' contact.
Alright? And that's the worst bit about modern day society. And it kind of forces it upon people to be selfish. Like, it really does. Modern day society forces you to be selfish. And that is why there's no community within modern day life. Because we're all forced to be selfish. And we've got no choice about it. Like, generally.
Let's get a scan.
This cat has a Milky Way comm device implanted. Particle vibration on the transmitter resembles Solarian encryptions.
I don't see any
Resembles
cat
doesn't prove much.
in the
The
Milky
cat
Way.
could have found the implant on the Solarian arc. The best leads on Adam's betrayal, and they're both circumstantial.
Can't hang him for that.
How
We had
about we talk to
Reapers.
Hager about this back on the Nexus? He might have something.
Did we destroy everything or something? Like, I don't know what happened to, like, the Reapers. I'm guessing we destroyed the Reapers and then we had to rebuild everything from scratch
Will
again.
things be alright with your family after what happened at the Forge?
There are ways to
Although I don't
forgive
think
any
Shepard would
mistake.
have naturally done that
If
due
you
to
want
looking
to,
at the other
even
alternative.
dead, I won't give Aksu any more victories.
Good for you.
Really surprised on how long this game actually goes on with content. Like, it is jammed full of content. Like, if I'd have continued 1, 2, and 3 and actually did the storylines, I don't think we'd been off the game at this rate. I think we would still be doing it. But because we focus campaign and campaign only mainly, and somehow we actually managed to complete the campaign, you know, it kind of makes it a little bit more different. Like, to the point where I actually enjoyed number 3. I enjoyed number 1 and all. And I did enjoy number 2, but due to having no
Looks like cat ahead.
location,
Be careful.
I didn't really know what we were doing.
I think that's cat tech. Stay alert.
Yeah, but they're always around though, so like, it makes
Pathfinder,
no
this
difference.
area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Alright.
Remnant ahead. Don't let your guard down.
Thought this were meant to be like rich of resources. What resources? I bought them. Oh, that's what that is. Space shuttles. Is what that crap was. So, just leaving my dog to chill out. Even though I want to pester him and cuddle him, but just keeps moving away from me. Probably because yesterday he snapped at me. Today I told him, it's like, look, you haven't got to keep forcefully injuring yourself to let me know that I need to let you go, kid. I already know.
Can we talk when you're free?
And it's killing me. It's killing me. I love you to bits, and the last thing I want to do is let my baby go. You know what I mean? And the last bit of my family, and then I'm left in an area of distraught again. And the problem is if it weren't for him, I wouldn't have been able to pull my head out my arse. If it weren't for the fact that I had people around, sort of helping, but also, you know, crab mentality. But it helped within the time, because if I didn't have the substance that I was using, I probably wouldn't have survived, and I would have just OD'd and died. Although, you know, I don't seem to die when I take enough fucking tablets to kill an elephant, like. But it is what it is, and like I say, I got bored of doing that crap now and attempting. Even throughout my stream, I started to change my mentality towards once my dog was gone, I was gone. But this is just me with no inner monologue that can't properly. Well, I can't think at all, to be honest. Shit comes out my fucking voice. So when I'm going through depression and depression areas, you can imagine that I'm just gonna talk about it. Like, I'm not gonna hide it. I mean, even being quiet and that crap, I don't really care.
I
I'm
need a
gonna
break.
talk
Do
if
you
I
need a
want
break?
to.
Let's go for a break.
But if I can't argue with you, then I won't. Like, and for another words is...
Tea, Sarah?
I'd love a cup.
It's a cultivar originating in Sumatra. My own personal stash. Once I run out,
I would need a different opinion
that'll
to
be
your
it
views.
for Earth Tea. I keep having these thoughts. I'm never gonna taste this again. I'm never gonna see that again.
I don't want to seem harsh, but there's really no take-backsies with this one.
I know I can't do anything about it, which is why I wish my brain would behave itself. The universe is like a giant tapestry. I love following its threads, but it distracts me from the whole picture. My family was right there, but I was too occupied by the abstract to appreciate them.
I ain't gonna lie, it'd be a lot more nicer if you could talk, so I could sort my ingrowing toenail out properly, you know. You're here because of your family. I didn't really pay attention because I was trying to focus on getting this fucking bit of nail that's digging into my goddamn fucking toe all the time. So when I was younger, I dropped a fucking glass milk bottle on my toe. Basically. Right, if you was wondering. Not milk bottle, well, pop bottle. When I was younger. My fault. I couldn't open it, threw a tantrum, chucked it on the floor, hit my toe. Not bad.
From everything you've told me, you're here because of your family. Your love of science, doesn't that come from them? Aren't you with them every time you chase down a new discovery?
Ryder, that's beautiful.
My father was an explorer, and my mother a researcher. Everything I do here reminds me of them. I haven't lost them either.
Thank you, Ryder.
I know, innit? Living on benefits like my dad, mate. reminds me of him. Doesn't. He chose that life, I didn't. He doesn't have that life anymore, though. He actually works. Doesn't help his son out, though, but he works. But, you know, would fucking completely fucking kiss my ass if I became rich, famous, and all that, mate. He'd be straight there, you know what I mean? My dad's kind of like one of the fucking... like the comedies. They are comedy sketches that I see, but it's also trauma as well, but they are funny, I'm sorry. Where I watch, basically, it's the black people that are doing it, right? So this is your fault for the stigma, right? Where the fucking, like, when your dad finds out he wins the lottery, and he's just got this black guy running back with the milk. See, in America, that's obviously an American thing, like, but with the British, I've never known upon that sort of crap, so I don't know. I don't know. Can't speak upon something I don't know.
Old orbit is steady.
I just know the comedy bit, and that's about it. You know what I mean? Like, I know where it comes from, I know what it's about, and I know it's basically, you know, the dad saying, oh, I'm just off to get the milk, and then never comes back. You know. Like, I know that, but, like, I'm not black. I haven't lived a black person's life. I mean, the closest to a black person's life that I've probably lived is smoking a bit of marijuana. And also, you know, sniffing a bit of cocaine and crap like that, mate. And doing a few other fucking drugs, because, you know, I was young, dumb, and fucking stupid. Right. And honestly, you stay young, dumb, right? You don't mature properly until you get to 30, really. I mean, you might be mature, but properly is 30. Because that's when I really started to look at life in a hell of a different view. I mean, it's all there on my channel, actually, so you can generally see when I started looking at life in a different view. Right. So, you know, it becomes one of those. What are those? Well, it's like we're here forever and a day. May as well collect everything and do everything while we're here, aren't we? So, you know, it generally becomes one of those. Also comes down to, you know, man's perspective of everything, really. Like, if you have a different perspective of things, that's not a bad thing. Right? But also someone having a different perspective on something is also not a bad thing. Right? It's what allows us all to come together and unite as one by having different opinions and, as a collective, validate which ones that we believe. So, like, if you believe pedophilia should be a thing, then we should continue with identifying these weirdos as maps, you know. But now, if you don't, then we'll continue by calling them fucking nonces, chomos, pedos, and getting rid of them out of society, like the way it should be. You see? But nobody validates my opinion upon it, and everybody validates pedos being accepted into modern day society. And that's what you've got. Right? The problem is everyone is used to fucking calm expressions and stupid questions like, if you picked your nose, do you think it'd be green or blue? Like, that's what modern day society's used to. Alright, in the chat, guys. They're not used to anyone with a brain or a perspective or a direction within life. Otherwise, we'd all be in a much better area of life. I mean, look at the games you play. You could have this sort of life, but due to humanity doesn't progress towards this sort of life, you've got no cure for cancer, you've got no cure for this, you've got no cure for that, you've got no support for kids with disabilities that we know have been around for fucking centuries of years. You've got no fucking support for kids with physical disabilities that's been around for fucking God knows since when. As a human race, you do not know how to prioritize. What you do is you prioritize by putting glitter on a piece of shit, and it's still a piece of shit at the end of the day. And that's why we've all got these shitty-ass fucking stars that are rubbish actors in the first place, mate. Shit at singing if we got rid of audio tune. And couldn't make anything decent if they didn't have a dick in their mouth.
Your incompetence isn't my problem. Just do your job.
What do you want?
Whatever's going on, it's not fair to take it out on me.
Apologies, you're right. This is not your fault.
He was pretty abusive towards you. Is that normal?
Yes, he's horrible. Working with him is a total nightmare. Just last week, he tried to redirect some of the supplies we need to keep the stasis pods going.
Why?
I have no idea. But if Kesh hadn't stepped in and threatened to airlock him, it would have been a disaster. He's always like that. Making bad decisions, driving the Krogan away, treating people like scum when no one's watching.
You'd think your boss would have the power to do something.
She hates Spender, but there's only one of her, and she can't always be around to deal with him. Things have gotten so bad that Kesh had to literally kick him out of engineering.
How literal we talking here?
Boot to ass. Oh, it was glorious. We need him gone, but as incompetent as Spender is at his job, he's insanely good at keeping it. Kesh can tell you more.
That's pretty much the modern day society that we live in now. I mean, no offense, mate, but let's have a look who seems to be running the world nowadays. Oh yeah, the OnlyFans.
Pathfinder right. A word, please. Pathfinder.
Yeah, I won't tell you, bro. Right, they're the ones pretty much running the world nowadays, mate. A bunch of OnlyFan fucking glorified whores.
Interesting place, isn't it? Full of smiles and handshakes. Not many soldiers. Even though when politicians make peace, it's we soldiers who keep it.
And the worst bit about it with our modern day society is it's not going to be long before we start seeing pictures from the Epstein files on OnlyFans where you're literally looking at a fucking 7-year-old girl dressed as a filthy little whore instead of the one that fucking can make herself look like a whore and proceed how she wants to be. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not supposed to complain about how society's going if I don't agree with it. Well, then I would expect it to change if I just keep my gob shut. You know what I mean? I don't want to be part of that sort of society at all, mate. Right? I'd rather God just take me out and take me off this motherfucking earth. I don't want to walk down the fucking street. I don't want to walk down my street, mate, and see a 6-year-old girl holding her husband's hand while she's pregnant. Because if we don't learn to stand up as a human race, this is the world we're going to live in. So sit there and cry about nothing, right? Or get up off your arse, and as a human race, we can actually solve this. One man can't do this on its own because it's impossible. Trust me. Honestly, trust me. Now, you can take a few of them out, but that's about all you're going to get.
Given our situation, it's smart to show we truly come in friendship.
Though in these times you should be prepared for the alternative. But names. I know you, Pathfinder. I am Andromeda, a Heskal with the Resistance.
A Hescarl?
Centuries ago, Heskal were special forces. We defended colonies, passing our training down via oral history. Few remember us today. I came to learn what the Milky Way knows of such things. I heard your father was part of a similar program, an N7.
Right. I used to be proud to be British. I really did. And the reason why is because Britain used to stand up for a lot of morals. Yeah? And it used to project it out upon to the world. Right? There's a reason why 2/3 of the world pretty much stands on old-fashioned British morals when the British Empire was about. Yeah? You all stand upon our common law. Yeah? There is no religion that states a legal age to have intercourse. It is just marriage. Okay? Do not live in sin, which is blasphemy. You know what I mean? Don't have intercourse before marriage, right? Otherwise you end up with a bastard child, right? That is majority of religions. It's humanity that came together and went, right, leave the fucking kids alone. Yeah, just leave the fucking kids alone. And consenting adults, go and do as you please. If you want to try and put 50 dicks up your arse, you go and try and put 50 dicks up your arse. But make sure none of them are a child, and make sure the person you do it to is not a child. Simple as. And that is pretty much humanity that stuck forward and went, nah, we don't want this. Also, humanity looked at people with physical disabilities and went, well, he ain't going to be good at a scaffolding job, is he? I want to say that. Well, do you think he can get the wheelchair up there? Yeah, I think he'd get the wheelchair up there. Easy. You know what I mean? It's not going to work, is it? Someone with a mental disability as well is not good to be in a working environment. Okay? Especially where people are going to interact with them or if they can't escape. But if you can learn to adapt that for them, so like at school, I had a timeout card. If I needed it, I was to show this card with one hand by raising this card up in the air, and this card allowed me to fuck off for 5 minutes and cool down. Because, you know, I'd quite happily flip a table and start punching walls and not giving a shit and then threatening the teacher. Because he was the challenge due to the fact that I had an abusive stepfather. My dad would pretty much know better, but he was my father.
What have you learned about the N7 program?
Human soldiers who trained on exotic worlds. Arcturus, Europa, Rio de Janeiro. They learn to fight in all environments on little food or sleep, to care for their injured, to lead. Is that accurate? Wasn't your father one of them?
But, like, the difference between my dad is my dad was handing discipline out because I was being a little bastard. With the difference with my stepdad, he'd have a can of beer turn to Popeye and take it out on me and my mum. Mainly my mum first, and then eventually I switched it to me and I was the one that was now the target, but, you know, he were no man in my eyes, mate. I was the man of the house. I was the one to deal with that situation. But that never really affected me. I just did, as a man, as what I thought was needed and was acceptable. You know? I don't know what you're doing, kid. I know you're pissed off with me irritating you. Although I don't give a shit. Well, you're the one getting grumpy and growling at me. And just storming off because I'm just irritating you. I get that you're in pain, Baba, I really do, but also, we ain't got long left for me to irritate you. So I've sunk my sen on here, because if you need me, I can come off here and I can deal with you. Instead of where I got on my game because you were passed out on Predecessor, I can't really leave that game, but I am. That's the difference.
He was one of the first N7s. He was proud of that, even though he didn't stay in service. Didn't stop him teaching me and my brother a few tricks.
So, you carry a little of that knowledge with you, as well as your Pathfinder skills. N7 training would benefit my people. Heskal training would benefit yours. Perhaps a few war games. Show me how your skills handle the tests of a Heskal recruit. Challenge yourself and teach me.
A chance to work with the Angaran best of the best? Absolutely.
Excellent. I'll activate our training beacons. Finding them can be your first test. After that, I look forward to learning.
That was just, you know, needs must sort of situation. The only thing that really messed me up in my life was my child. You know, losing my child in my hands, suppressing it for many years. And then when my ex decided to leave with our child that we actually had, that came into the world instead of leaving the world, I lost everything there because my brain took it as long as I had Jess. I still had Nathan because I only ever knew Nathan inside her stomach. Although I had him physically in my hands, which made everything a lot more harder in the situation. But you see, nobody cares about my area of sadness, but yet you'll quite happily donate to some fat fuck that's literally depressed because he can't stop comfort eating. Confusing, mate, to me, mate. I don't understand. Trying to get a level of understanding.
Another cache of stolen supplies, alerting the dock manager.
You know, trying to get a level of understanding. But it's hard when you've been through worse yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so, stop fucking eating and finish your sentence, fat fuck. There we go. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, oh. And I'm trying to be nice. You know what I mean? Like, if you got a glandular problem, you know, out like that. If you even know what a glandular problem is before you start, like, oh, I'm an idiot, I don't really understand things properly, so I'm just going to click this for the time being because it makes you look bad. I only focus on what's bad and not the thing that comes after.
That's your flag, everyone.
Right. And it literally is one of those situations, you know what I mean? Majority of the time. See, obesity is really only a bad thing, mate, is if it's a glandular problem. Right, if you're putting that physical fucking weight on yourself and then getting a gastric band fit in and then still can't put the fucking cheeseburger down, that's your fault. Right? Motherfucker can eat loads, right? And still don't put no weight on. I've weighed 9.5 stone since I was 14 years of age. I am 32 years of age now, and I still weigh 9.5 stone. So no one's really got any excuse for this bullshit. Because that's pretty much all it is. And like, I'm a stoner. I get munches. But the problem is I can't afford much. So like, my munches is like 3 to 4 bowls of fucking cereal. You know, maybe 6 slices of toast. Or maybe I'll make soup and have 4 slices of bread to 6 slices of bread with that. You know what I mean? Not sat there eating fucking muffins, sweets, cakes, junk food, you know what I mean? No, if I want a meal, a decent meal, right, I cook myself a stew so that I can have a 2 days worth meal so that I don't end up going without, right? And what I do is I take myself to Tesco, because I always have corned beef in there, I always have some random pots and bits of veg, right? And I go and get myself some diced beef. If not, then it's just fucking corned beef that goes into the stew. And then obviously, you know, I put the veg in. But the corned beef is for the flavouring and also the meat product. Instead of having the diced beef.
Hey, I was wondering if you could help me out. It's for the good of the bar.
Lay it on me.
So, folks try and help and all, but we have a limited pool of ingredients. Keep an eye out for anything interesting we could use for new drinks, and we'll let you test them for free.
Right. I get a feeling the testing will be interesting.
Don't worry. Dutch may complain a lot, but he's loving it. And he's the best chemist I know. You're in good hands.
Just tell me I can't do that.
So, Ryder, big news. I think I found my purpose in life.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Thrashing you at poker? Shall I deal?
Ryder, I can read Gil's vital signs and give you an advantage during the game if you like.
Don't.
Alright. You can deal first. Having fun?
Getting my ass kicked is what I'm doing.
Poker's lost me several friends over the years. The only one who still plays me is my buddy Jill. I know, Jill and Gil.
I ain't gonna lie, you know, if I knew I got to play the game, I would have. If I knew I wasn't going to play the game, I would have said yes, but I thought I was going to play the game and get AI assistance, and that's why I said no.
Who's Jill? She's here in Andromeda?
Yep. Been awake since the start. Jill's a fertility expert. Heads the initiative CRC. My only real friend from back home. I bet 50.
I call. The CRC?
Colonial Repopulation Committee. She's always teasing that I'm making her job harder. Says if I'm not making babies, I'm part of the problem. We have that kind of relationship.
Growing our numbers is paramount to our survival here.
Sure. But that's Jill's purpose. I'm not just going to adopt it. See what I did there? I'm not just going to adopt it.
I saw.
You should meet her. You'll see. She's amazing. Another 100.
I fold.
Another one for me then.
Well, that's that. You win.
I've achieved my true purpose in life. What will I do now?
Congratulations. Good game.
You two. Jill predicted you'd be my downfall. Can't wait to tell her she was wrong. Another streak intact, I'll say.
Ouch. Have fun. And thanks for the game.
I mean, no offense, but if I could have physically played that myself. Son of a goddamn French fried turkey banana something. I don't know. You pick. I'm sick of bad words. Arse licking fucking prick. Oh, I see you've got a lot of popularity. If I kiss your arsehole, can you help me out? Brown noses, mate. That's all most of these fucking big streamers are, mate. Brown noses. Right. And the problem is Call of Duty and Apex Legends knows that it's losing a lot of its player base due to the fact of them being called out of, like, basically letting cheaters just get away with everything. That now they've got no choice. They've got no choice but to rectify this problem. And they don't like it. Because all the streamers that they built up to be popular now have to lose that popularity. Oh. And now you've got to find real people to start streaming to be able to project that popularity back, and also to build trust within the area. The problem is you're like, oh, this game's shit, but you should release it for everyone. It's really good when it's shit.
Well, Pathfinder, I'm glad you could stop by.
I mean, come on. If you don't believe me, have a look at Black Ops 6 and have a look at Black Ops 7. How much of a pile of shit that game's been. And look at how much these brand-nosed motherfucking streamers have hyped it up. And then after release, and we've all paid for it, they've done nothing but fucking slag the game off.
How did you get this job?
I was a sociologist in the Milky Way. While there were plenty of cultures to study, the books on them had all been written. There was nothing new I could add. So when I heard about the initiative, I signed up right away. The idea of meeting new people, seeing how they've evolved, adapted to life's challenges, I couldn't resist.
And the problem is all the big streamers have already sold themselves to this fake life that they could not keep their repetition if they tried to be real now.
What goes on here?
The Cultural Center is a place where new races we've met can visit and exchange ideas. They can learn more about the Milky Way species, while we foster an air of cooperation and understanding. You've already brought us our first visitors by making contact with the Angara.
Have you heard anything about the Ket?
Unfortunately, yes. Now, that's a species we won't be inviting here anytime soon. I'd hoped our encounters would be peaceful, but I suppose that was too much to ask.
What do you think of the Angara?
I'm thrilled to meet a new culture. They're cautious, but I understand why. If someone showed up on our doorstep in the Milky Way, we'd be skeptical too. I hope we can win them over, cement a friendship. I suppose that's on you, Pathfinder.
Thanks.
Of course. In the meantime, have a look around. And when you have a second, check back with me on a favor I'd like to ask.
Scan to assess the nature of the damage.
Scan what nature?
Welcome back.
Don't hesitate to speak with one of our friendly pizza bastards.
I'm sure that said pizza bastards.
And eager to learn more about your own culture.
Welcome back.
Don't be afraid to ask one of our pizza bastards. That's literally what that just sounded like to me. I don't know whether it said that, but it's what it sounded like.
But distillation brings clarity. A complicated form.
Scan to assess the nature of the damage.
Complicated form, meaning the body, personality, the whole point of the exercise.
Oh, you too. We're getting beat.
Alright. I mean, if there's missions here.
That's an end to it.
Specimens, scans. Our conservation effort can barely keep up. What a wonderful service you've done for us. You've certainly earned your fee. And its gas bladder can expand 300%.
I think Alf's gonna let me have cuddles with him, mate, at some point, so I definitely am coming off this game, because, I don't know, he just keeps moping and moving around, bless him, man. I don't fucking know.
Hey, hearing. Well, you not dissect things over lunch. It's weird.
My model of Helios blossoms with data thanks to you. Here, please. You have earned this.
Just don't want to do it where, like, I antagonize him, or, you know, just basically make him where he snaps at me, because, you know, my brain tells me to deal with the situation, but it's too fucking old to deal with the situation. It's unfair, it's on end of his life. I'm already sorting everything out to say goodbye to him, but I want his ashes back, so I'm mainly basically just asking around if I can borrow money to be able to get his ashes back and then pay it back, sort of thing. But luckily, like, most people know me and know I'm a trustworthy guy, and know that money is literally going to be given back. It's just going to take me time. Like, I mean, I'm on UC, what do you expect? I'm on benefits due to my mental stability. Physical stability, perfectly fucking fine, I'm not gonna lie. But mental stability is not always the best to be around people.
Unlocking. Come on in.
And also, you know, I get physically pissed off and high rated if I can't leave situations or ask people to leave situations. So
What in the world is this?
if people are inside my own house, I can ask them to leave. If I'm outside in the public, I can just, you know, go inside my own house, and then I can sort my shit out. You know what I mean? But if I don't have that option, then shit gets worse, and I lash out to objects to prevent from dealing with the person in front of me, which really I have no problem in dealing with. It's not fair. Like, what reasons do I have to justify those actions? And to be honest, the only reason again someone a good fucking up, mate, is a nonce, rapist, animal abuser, or child abuser. Right? That's it. The rest of it in humanity is because we've created it that way. Fraud. How would you be able to commit fraud if there was no money? What was the point of committing fraud if there was no money? There'd be none of this happening if we didn't have money. Like, money is the issue of humanity because we prioritize it over everything, even our own health, our own fucking things, and everything. I mean, like I'm saying, just have a look at lost profits, yeah? And what that guy did to do his sick-ass fucking perverted little thing. And the worst bit is I used to be a fan of this band when I was a child. To grow up and find out that he's a fucking pedo that did some damn right disgusting fucking shit and basically got away with it because he could pay his way through getting away with that shit. You know what I mean? So luckily we got people in prison that did the right thing though, innit?
Ta-da! My project. She is complete. She? Looks like a she to me. Just a proof of concept. I stripped out its remnant command prompts to see if I could power it up myself. It worked! Now I can build a field model with combat protocols that fights for you. So, what do you think? Have Suvi and Gil look it over. If it checks out, bring it aboard and fast-track the combat model. Okay. I guess I understand your skepticism. Oh no, I forgot to lock the... Shit.
My, Pelisaria. Didn't know you were still using this hole. Who's your friend?
Kalinda, this is Ryder.
Oh, everyone knows the human Pathfinder. I meant, who's your remnant friend?
None of your business, Kalinda.
Of course it isn't. That's what makes it so interesting. Don't be so hostile, babe.
No reason we can't all be civil, right?
Exactly.
But you are kind of trespassing, so...
Now. I was just concerned something might have happened to my dear old friend. I'm sorry for the intrusion, Pelisaria. I'm just relieved to see you moving on. Ta-ta.
I'll walk you out. So, want to talk about it?
Oh, Kalinda and I go way back. We joined the initiative together. For a long time, we were like family. Now we're not. When you live 1,000 years, Ryder, people come and people go. Entanglements are silly. Just like places. Time to pack this one up. I'm done with it.
Fucking hell, mate. I've lived 32 years, mate, and I only know, I know the first 4 years of my life, I don't remember, I ain't gonna lie at all. So I'd say 28 years, and I've noticed that people just come and go, come and go, come and go. It's a part of life, it's a part of evolving, and it's a part of moving on. And it's a part of maturing and becoming a better person than oneself. Like, if you was already at peak performance from the age of year 7 is where everyone gets their main fucking, I noticed, everyone gets their own personality. Starts becoming their self. But if you've not evolved from year 7, right, and you had decent morals and all that crap, then there was no reason for you to evolve in the first place. But if you're still in the same area where you was ages ago, then you've not really evolved. Me, I've not changed at all since the person that I first was. I am still the same person, but the thing is I've never cared about money. I've always cared about the greater good. And money never seemed to bring the greater good. Money just wanted, well, when I had money, I just wanted more drugs. That's it. That's all I wanted. So, easier way not to want more drugs is not to have money. Just can't afford the bastard, so get used to it.
Shouldn't be hard to leave.
By design. Easy come, easy go.
You know.
I'll pack up my new pet and essentials. See you back on the Tempest.
Right. I've never wanted a car, I've never wanted this, never wanted that. Obviously I did when I had a family and all that crap. I did want all and pursue all them things, but when I lost all those things, I lost fucking giving a shit about everything else in the meantime. Mainly because the area where I wanted money for was to go to court for my son, but could never afford it, and everywhere else I went to try and get access towards my son. Well, you know, I'm here still. I'm still fucking here. Now it's got to the point where I just know no better. And this has been a great therapy for me, to be honest. Like, one of the best therapies I've ever had, you know? Because it gives me that outlet, it gives me something to speak. I mean, no one listens and no one gives a shit, mate, because otherwise we would have solved the issue with the pedophilia thing a long time ago, mate, and we wouldn't have the people in power that we do now. But, you know, that's not my fault. That's due to the fact that humanity is more prioritized about money than it is about doing what's right. We would rather go to war than do what's right. So World War III is on its way, and yeah, not my problem. I warned all this shit, no one listens, so as far as I can see, I don't have a guilty conscience. This is on everybody else's head that didn't listen. I tried to do something, and then I realized that I couldn't do it on my own. This all needed to be a part of humanity coming together as a collective and moving forward together as a collective. We need to drop race, we need to drop religion, and we need to drop all these 1,054 different fucking languages we've got. We need to come to, oh, this is going to hurt humanity, but this is going to be the hardest thing for you to accept. Compromise. I know, innit? Just think about that. That's all humanity has to learn to do to move forward, is to learn to compromise and come to agreements. But can you imagine it? No, because we can't even compromise and come to agreements with ourselves. Never mind fucking everybody else around the world. Right.
Good that you're here, Ryder. I found something while monitoring comms for the Nexus. Multiple attacks by people called the Three Sabers. They're hitting outposts and supply vessels. The really weird part is they seem aware of our operations, like they're getting intel.
Is it bad that I'm literally waiting for 12 o'clock to start so I can start on my 100 press-ups? Because I got to go and get all my food tomorrow so I can survive the fortnight. Which means that I've got to go and do shopping at Farm Foods to get frozen stuff. And then I've got to nip to Tesco because the tin stuff, it's more expensive, but nothing goes to waste. But when I go to Farm Foods and get the tin stuff, it's cheaper, but a lot of it will go to waste. And the only reason why it works out cheaper at Farm Foods is because I get more that I don't want for my for the price, sort of thing. That's really it.
I hope you have some proof to back up that allegation.
No real proof, just a pattern that shows they seem to know where to attack. And a feeling. I've reported it, and they say they'll investigate, but then forget. But you're the Pathfinder. If someone's betraying the Nexus, you have to do something about it.
If they seem to know our operations, that could spell trouble. Best to get to the bottom of it.
Thank you. I knew I could count on you. Best Pathfinder ever. I don't know where they hide, but I got the nav points for their most recent raids. Maybe the Tempest scanners can figure out where they went.
An animal did this?
Affirmative. I am able to track it.
I mean, at the minute, we're just running around the Nexus, just chatting to people by the looks of things.
Meridian secure, the Archon beaten. That's a damn good job, Ryder. Apex is planning a tribute.
A statue?
They don't do statues. Just to hope it's a new victory cocktail and not a filthy marching song.
So basically for me, as soon as it hits 12 a.m., because I mean I'm going to be up anyway, so I'm sick and tired of arguing with the bullshit, I start my exercises again. It's back to trying to get to 100 press-ups a day. So the way I'm seeing it, if I can burn the 100 press-ups, which is quite easy to be honest, because you know I'm going to be waiting until 6. But obviously I'm just getting back into doing this and dedicating. I put my arm up, but my arm's actually improved. Like, because, well, I mean, it still pops and everything, but it was self-inflicted. You know, I was drinking as well. I decided to pick my mate up and we both fell onto my arm. And it fucked it up. And it ended up dislocating, and I got someone to pull it back into place. And obviously doing the push-ups is now starting to repair the bone, the muscle, and the tissue. But the problem is I've not done any of that. It all seized up. So now I'm suffering through that. Oh, you know, I could be doing internal damage that I don't give a fuck about.
I need to talk to you about stasis revival and those protesters in hydroponics.
I see. Maybe I should get the others for this.
Protesters have seized hydroponics?
They want their families out of stasis. The outpost on Eos disrupted the schedule. They're scattered across colony blocks. Dozens of people. The protesters want this fixed today.
The realities of our position are...
We can't wake those families. We don't have the resources, and there's nowhere to put them.
Then what's the point of all those outposts I've founded?
People need more than space, Ryder. They need work they're trained for, and we don't have placements for those families. If I just toss them to any outpost with a spare bunk, they become a burden we can't afford.
What do you suggest?
Leave the families in stasis where it's safe and get those protesters out of hydroponics. They seem sympathetic, but so did the exiles. We can't risk another revolt. Survival is more important than family reunions.
What would you do with the protesters?
I'd send in a squad and march them out. At gunpoint if we must. If they resist, a few might land in medbay, but it's better than losing hydroponics. Or the Nexus.
We have to look at the bigger picture. Get them out of there.
Kandros?
I'll send in a team, but it might go smoother if Ryder's there.
A good idea. Sometimes we have to give bad news. That's a Pathfinder's duty, too.
It is. No, I was sending the bad news again.
Just wrong. Just wrong. It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
It's not a circus either. Although we definitely are in a freak show.
A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
A crime that he didn't commit, and we're gonna ask what it is anyway.
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have. There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Nilken I love him.
I'm the Pathfinder, mate, and I will tell Milken that I love him. I don't know what that does for you, but I'll tell him I love him.
Enemy activity. Reports out to intelligence.
If I remember, though. Because, I mean, if you ask my ex, apparently I forgot to tell her that many times. That's why she had to jump on next man's stick.
A broken arm doesn't lie.
Milken, I love you.
The doc says that break is a textbook case of being hit with bionics.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanting to chat with you.
The Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Your wife's all broken up over this. She says you didn't do it, and that she loves you.
She's a wonderful person. At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
You notice that every intelligent race in this game has a thumb. They've all got different hand shapes, but they've all got a thumb. Is it the thumb that gives us intelligence? It's got to be the thumb, innit? Thumbs up your bum.
Last I checked, getting into a spat wasn't against the law.
There's more. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. Witness saw the chief's chest explode.
I'm so sorry. That's awful.
We were close. He was a stubborn son of a... I admired that about him. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
Don't throw in the towel yet. I'll review the evidence. Maybe I can find something that'll help.
That would be great. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Okay, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yo, dickhead, I've just been there, to been here, and you gonna give me any information?
Thanks for understanding. About the outpost and the protesters.
You don't strike me as the political type.
I'm not. Just pro keeping everyone alive. Maybe those protesters will eventually understand too. It's done. I don't want to think about it. Need something else?
Yeah, I need £369 so that I can get my dog's ashes back. Alright, you got that for me, dickhead? No, just gonna look at me weird Gorman expressing and forget how to blink. Okay.
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
I was gonna bury him in the garden, but then I thought, like, if I could keep his ashes, I can keep him with me, sort of thing. Because if I get kicked out of this property, the only thing I'm really gonna be bothered about taking is his ashes. That's it. The rest of the shit in here, I don't really care about. I'll probably just burn it. You know. If I can't have it, fucking no. You know what I mean? Selfishness. But that would be more out of rage and frustration. But I've never claimed to be perfect. I'm just trying to be better than I was. Try.
Doesn't seem right to put all that on him.
Of course it isn't, but that's the perception. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
And you assume he's lying.
What's a lie to a murderer? Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket.
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
It's rough out there. I might need backup if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. But that isn't news to you, right?
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know? Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to war in the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
And the worst bit about it is we need a bridge between good and evil. And that's what Jesus was. Jesus was the bridge between good and evil. I mean, fucking hell. Like, the kid had a good life. He was born in a barn under the North Star where 3 random fucking weirdos decided to come and give him gifts. You know what I mean? I mean, they were supposed to be kings and whatsoever, but still, frankincense, myrrh, and fucking gold is the gifts that they decided to bring. But in other words, we had 3 fucking pissheads walking along, heard a baby cry, mate, and that was the only fucking thing they had in their pockets.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Which in hindsight should have been brass, nickel, and gold, not the fucking what we've got. You know, on the way back from the pub, all they had left to barter with.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilkin, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation! We're not giving up, Nilkin. We're taking it back. No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to... No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Supply request is in. Replacement armor's out.
I want to have a look at this strike team, because I don't think that's actually like for me to do. I think it's just to earn extra thing. Let's have a look at this shit. Would you like to play the Apex mission? Nope. Uniform free. So that's off to just go do something here. So that's basically like Assassin's Creed where you go to the pigeon thing. That's what that looks like. Not 100% sure, but it is what it is.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Sarah Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilkin murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief. He looked right at Nilkin and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
Well, I mean, through that, then I'd say he's innocent, and unfortunately, a man did what a man had to do. He killed one to save many lives, and he did the right thing. He shouldn't be in that jail.
Did you see any Ket in the vicinity?
Nilkin said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
And this is why we need video recordings, because, yeah, it's great having the voice and that lot, but you can't fully see what's happening. So one could be raging and ranting and giving it all I am, but the other person could be beating the fuck out of her. You know what I mean?
Did Nilkin seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nelkin in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been guilt. The reality of the act sinking in.
You see, for me, I've always lived in the slums. I don't know any different. To be honest, if I ever came into money, I'd feel weird with it, and I'd probably just waste it because I've never had it. Now, if I came into a significant amount of money, like Donald Trump, £10 billion, well, I could employ crackheads to run a successful business for me off that money. Right? And that's the thing. I mean a legitimate business. And still make profit off it. And I pick those sort of people, and we call crackheads and smackheads for a reason, because they're going out there robbing civilians that just work as hard as they do for their stuff as what you do for your stuff. Right.
If they'd fought and Nilkin threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
And we're all gonna fucking exile him. Yeah, like, I mean, that right there just proves the guy's innocence, doesn't it? We ain't gonna go back because it's too dangerous. So if the guy didn't die, you know what I mean? Like, he's innocent.
Pathfinder.
It's just not fair.
It's not a circus at all either, I told you this. None of you listen. Although, like, how does the fucking circus have a freak show anymore? Like, because the bearded ladies are part of society. Everything that was originally in a freak show is now part of society. You know what I mean?
What do we do in the meantime? Would they be willing to go back into stasis?
Like, you can't have a bearded lady in a freak show now, because now we've got bearded ladies claiming to be a woman so they can go and perv on women in the fucking bathroom, because honestly, I mean, they couldn't get laid as a man and they can't get laid as a woman, and they're still fucking struggling. Like, just buy yourself a dildo and be done with it. Shut the fuck up.
Ryder, I won't pretend I'm not disappointed. I'd hoped your choice for ambassador would go differently.
I called it as I saw it.
Well, at least you didn't pick Mortar. A Krogan with power? That's how wars are started. Did you have some other business?
And another thing, stop chasing things out your league. Like, for another thing that does my head in with these men that say that they're female when they're not. That's why I have respect for the trannies that they say that they're lady boys, because you can identify that they're actually a boy, but they just dress as a lady. Fair dues. Same as we had tomboys when we was younger, which was a female that preferred dressing in blokes' clothing. Which is why I can sort of deal with that situation. You know what I mean? Not a man that looks like a man, sounds like a man, got a beard like a man, and wants to identify as a woman, and I've got to accept that bullshit as reality. Like, what the fuck's that about? Like, whatever you do in your own personal space is your own personal space, but don't come into mine and start changing my perspective.
I'm looking into the Nilkin Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
I think we already have. Though physical evidence will only bolster the case.
And the same towards this pedophilia thing, mate. My perspective, if you touch a kid, you're supposed to die. If you rape a woman, you're supposed to die. Right? As long as you're all consenting adults participating in the area, then fair dues. But I don't want no scary movie area, like scary movie free area, like, you're getting lucky tonight. He doesn't know you're a guy. He should know you're a guy. Because as a bloke, mate, I couldn't find anything more disrespectful, right, other than my missus preventing me from seeing my kid, right, than thinking I pulled myself a hot piece of fucking tail to find out it's got a tail. You know what I mean? Like, if I think that this is a full-blown woman in front of me, that I'm going back to touch a wet fanny, find out that I've fucking got a wet pre-cum fucking cock down there and a dry arsehole to shag, that's going to be highly pissed off, mate. Right? And I'm going to beat that bloke with the first fucking object I've got next to me. And that's going to be upon instant. The fact that you could have avoided that whole situation by just saying, look, sweetie, I'm actually a man, or I am a man at the beginning of the relationship, or the beginning of the interaction. And if I was fine with it, then fair dues. But I'm not going to be fine with it because I'm a straight male. See? You get the problem, right? Me touching a penis, mate, whether it dresses as a female or not, is still gay within my eyes. Alright? It's still fucking gay. And me touching a male that transitioned into a woman, now don't get me wrong, at least you know there's a vagina down there, a designer vagina, you know what I mean? You've got to send a little fucking Gucci vagina down there, right? At least that one's not too bad. But, like, say, if I believe that this was a woman all the time, and I'm wondering why I can't get this bitch pregnant, say I fucked it for, like, 10 years, mate, you know what I mean? And then I go to the doctors, and the doctor's like, should I tell him the joke, or should you tell him the joke? And I'm just sat there like, what do you mean, joke? Like, well, the reason why you can't have kids is because this was biologically a man. When this person, human, was born, they was originally the male species. You know what I mean? And then you find that you've just been pounding away at something for 10 years, mate, trying to have a kid, and the reason why you can't have a kid is because it's a fucking man. Right? That is gonna piss you off, mate. Honestly, I know what I would do in the doctor's office straight away. I would pick that chair from underneath that fucking bloke, and I would smash the fuck out that bloke with that chair. Yeah. You've lied to me for that long. Whereas, at the beginning of the relationship, you know what I mean, before it started to get serious, they could have informed me this. So that I would have been fully aware that if we wanted a child together, we would have to look for surrogacy or adoption. See? And this is the problem with humanity. You're all about the fucking honeymoon period, but don't realise what comes after the honeymoon period. Yeah? And that's what makes or breaks the relationship.
I'm hoping it proves something else happened.
This case has been a political nightmare. With all we've been through, the people need stability. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
And, like, the thing is with women, like, it's a bit more easier for you women. So, like, if a woman had a sex change into a bloke, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You could easily have a kid, the one that has the uterus, quite simply. You'd just go out for a one-night stand and get laid by a random bloke, and then you would pursue that and make the child live a lie by saying that the biological female that had a sex change into a male is the father. Or, you know, you could just look for a sperm donor. So, it's a bit more easier for you women to resolve than it is for us males. That's pretty much all I'm saying here. Like, we need to be transparent with one another within this earth to be able to move on. And the main thing that we need to secure within this earth is that you leave our fucking kids alone. Yeah? Every parent within this earth would agree that you leave our fucking kids alone. Whether it's mine, whether it's theirs, whether it's his, whether it's hers. You leave them the fuck alone. Simple as. I think that's pretty easy, mate. Get me royal stamp and I'll fucking stamp the envelope.
Thought I'd check in on the arcs.
Keep investigating, Ryder. We still need closure on the Turian arc. Until all the species are accounted for, we're a broken family.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
And the thing is, I ain't gonna lie. You see, for everybody that is above 6 years of age within this earth, yeah, is fucked. Yeah? Right? Because we've all been brought up. But you see, everybody below the age of 6, if we as a human race starts changing our mentality, our mindset towards a better future for everybody, and not this money and laundering fucking bullshit, fucking grooming, raping, fucking motherfucking system that we've got, we'd see a better world. You know what I mean? There'd be nobody out robbing stuff because everybody would be catered for. You know what I mean? Say that the new mobile phone gets issued because it's a better model than what we have now. Yeah? But there would only be one company working on mobile phones. There'd only be one company working on televisions. So you would only ever receive the best, and you wouldn't have to pay for it, because we would send the next model out and call in all the old models. Yeah? So that we can have those old models and recycle the materials so we can issue them off to different areas. Simple as. And you'd be surprised how much gold and nickel goes into a fucking circuit board that could be used elsewhere, like, I don't know, medical supplies. You know what I mean? You expect a bunch of defibrillators to be out there for people to be able to use, like, medical profession and all that crap, when we're putting more money and more nickel and more gold and more circuit boards into making 1,000,000 different fucking TVs, and then times that by 1,000,000 different fucking brands competing against each other for your money. It ain't gonna work as a society. What that does is leave you without resources. That's what that does. And unfortunately, humanity is too fucking retarded to leave this planet to extort resources from anywhere else. We're eventually going to run dry on resources, waiting for a meteoroid to hit the Earth so that we can extract resources from that meteoroid. Is that how you want to eventually evolve as a human race? It doesn't make sense. It's stupid.
Sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
How did Jean Garson die?
With the rest of the leadership, when the Nexus hit Scourge, a large wing of stasis pods was destroyed. They were killed instantly. These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up. Jean Garson never glimpsed Helios. She never saw her vision realized.
Yeah, I've just realised why you sat there wagging your tail at me. It's
Andros
supper
mentioned
time,
something
isn't it?
about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. You've already met their leader, Sloane Kelly. She was one of us until she joined the traitors.
Oh, my legs gone completely numb. I've been sat like a girl, to be honest. I mean, that's the best way. You know, legs tucked underneath my arse, sideways, so I can lean on the side of my fucking chair, on arm. And my left leg's gone fucking completely dead. Because I've been sat on it with all my fucking body weight. Oh.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. They're muscle, nothing more. Good for fighting and lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
Sorting my dog out and my leg's dead, so it's like
Why
kind
don't
of
you
hard.
like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
So, just getting my dog his fucking treat after his dinner instead of his dentist sticks. Mainly because he keeps expecting them and I can't be asked to argue with him. So, he can just have them, and he's only got like just over a week to live now, basically, till I get everything sorted. Because my mum's helping me through the situation because I can't emotionally deal with it with myself. I can't deal with dealing with all the phone calls and that lot, remaining calm and peaceful to people. The fact is that I need to be calm and peaceful to them because, you know, I need them to help me with my dog's situation so that it's not in pain. And, yeah, it is too much for him now, bless him. Alf, you've had your fucking treat. Stop being greedy. You've had it. So stop playing
What
daft.
more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I wanted to finish this conversation, come off and spend time with my dog, mate, and you worse than me. Like, do you ever shut the fuck up?
What do you know about the early days of the initiative?
As most everyone knows, Gian Garson's vision made it happen. She was an entrepreneur on Earth. Wealthy. Young for a human. Garson had the idea for the initiative in the early 2170s, I believe. Many thought leaving the Milky Way was impossible. But she persevered. And as with most great ideas, the doubters were wrong.
Yeah. How wrong about you lasting 2 seconds, mate? Good job I'm not gay, mate, because I'd be fucking ordered on back at end for about a year and a half, innit? Not as good job like, 20 quid's not 20 quid, eh?
Why do you think most people came?
There are thousands of reasons, one for every colonist here. What does any pilgrim seek? Usually, happiness. Finding the thing that eludes them, the thing to fulfill them. While we cannot promise they will find it, we can facilitate the search.
Your conversation's not fulfilling me, mate. I tell you that now.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
Many who came upon that arse. Are we on about Bonnie Blue or whatever her fucking name is? Glorified whore, mate, got fucked by 1,000 blokes and that. I mean, you gotta give her, like, it's kind of one of them, like, damn, I'm impressed, but I'm also completely disgusted. Like, I'm impressed that you managed to do that, but I'm disgusted in that you wanted to do that, and also you managed to do that. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, with my area, with mail, sometimes I go on to the website, mate, and, looking for a nice video, mate, especially because I'm single, so, I'm just a wanker, right? And then you come across one video and you're like, nah, she didn't get that upper, did she? Nah, that's just got to be like decoration or something. And then you're there like, she did. I don't want to touch myself anymore. However, I'm disgusted or impressed. I suppose anything's a dildo if you're brave enough, sweetheart. Like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on off with the world, mate?
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here, or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
I'm kind of glad that we've got an ID and everything now, because I've just gone back to fucking Avon days, mate. But my Avon now is Amazon, right? And what you do is you go on Amazon and you type in women's lingerie, and there's a bunch of women there for you to do as you please, mate. Right? But I ain't gonna lie, what were the problem with the Avon days, mate? There were no scratch and sniff on them knickers, were there? Devastating.
What's their problem with you?
I am not Gian Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
Oh, bro, like, why couldn't you took me to a cafe or something where I could have made a scene and you just fucking just go on, bro?
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry.
What's that, man? You enjoy exploring space. Someone space this cunt. He just fucking got more dialogue than the fucking campaign.
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
Sounds like a relationship, mate. Get over it. Oh, the best one at all.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course.
Of course. Of course. We've been here for half an hour listening to his fucking bullshit. Thanks for his time. He should be saying thanks to my time. Alright? Me, mate. I could have run a marathon bit time and you finished. Jesus Christ, mate. You make a lot of fucking women happy, mate, if you can last that long in bed the way how long you last with them conversations, I'm not gonna lie. But do I have to deploy this shit? Like, that's the thing, I don't know how to actually change my alright assign ability. I kind of want that now. So I got that now. But that's the problem with this game and all, like, I actually like the shocking thing, but, you know, it doesn't really matter that much, to be honest. Just gonna go with that. Now, I don't think we can physically upgrade. Oh, we can actually. It's not as if it matters. But we can upgrade them, I suppose. I'm really not paying attention to what I'm actually upgrading. We're just upgrading. Just pretty much anything with like more numbers. It's pretty much maxed out now. Like, because we didn't really use these characters, so we didn't really use. There was no need to actually upgrade them. But we may as well upgrade them now. Like, because it gives us something to do. I'm coming off. It's 12 o'clock, so I'm going to do my first 20 lots of press-ups for today, because it's the new day. I'm spending time with my dog, and then when he gets houses with me, I'll probably do another fucking set of press-ups, and then I'll probably come on here, because I'm not sleeping tonight. So I can't. Just wide awake, mate. Brain's active. You know when you've lived a long period of time going through the same fucking repetitive loop? I found out like 3 years ago is when I tried to stop arguing with it. And I've just started to get good at just not arguing with it. So I'd go to bed and then start arguing with myself with the fact that I can't go to fucking sleep. Therefore, I'm making things worse. Because now I'm building up testosterone within inside my body. Therefore, I'm starting to make my brain alert, starting to make my brain on guard. It's looking for now potential threats. You know, there's a lot of things that's occurring because of that situation. But it really takes time to learn and identify what you're going through to be able to do that. And unfortunately, where I went for help, they either didn't want to listen or they didn't provide any help or assistance. Or I just got offered more drugs than what I were already fucking taking. You know what I mean? So I was argumentative with that situation. Like, look, mate, I'm already on fucking drugs. I don't want to be on fucking drugs as it is in the first place. yeah, well, if you take these course of tablets and these course of tablets and these course of tablets, and I go back and because they didn't do anything. You know what I mean? They didn't work. They didn't help. They didn't do nothing. Right. So they put me on more fucking tablets. And I go back. Didn't work. And then they put me on more tablets. And then they put me on more tablets. And I was taking fucking bare fucking tablets. And I was like, they're not they're not doing it. I'm just fucking ending up mongold. That's all that's happening. Like, yeah, well, you do have to wait for the tablets to take 6 months before they kick in. You've been changing my tablets every time I've come back and putting me on more tablets and putting me back onto tablets that were previously just took off because they weren't working. And then you're telling me they take 6 months to get active within my stomach. Yeah, and then I start going in further and further and further and further, and yeah. And then I got put on a flight risk because I kept doing overdoses. So luckily, you know, they refused to give me tablets after that. So, I mean, the worst thing actually became the best thing that helped me in the long run because I learned to deal with myself, and I had my dog that kept me living for. And now I'm in a situation where I'm just like, after he's gone, the fuck do I live for? The world wants to seem to be a bunch of fucking pedos, and no matter what I've done, say, warned this motherfucking earth about the situation, nobody listened. Now a lot more people are speaking out on this behalf, and yet nobody's listening. Like, nobody physically understands me. And the problem is, all you got to do is learn to find one person that you respect their morals and you truly believe that they have the best interest at heart for everybody. And what this is and what you need to be looking for is a Sigma male, right? I'll tell you what Keir Starmer is a beta male. That's what Keir Starmer is, a beta. Do you really think a brown-nosed kiss-arse cunt, right, so he can feel good, is going to be able to successfully run a country? I'll tell you what Donald Trump is. He's an alpha male that is greedy, only really wants for himself. Yeah? Do you really think that that is a good mentality to be running the fucking country? No. The people that you need running your country is Sigma males. People that look out for the best interests, right? If your friend's sandwich isn't buttered, yours isn't buttered. Yeah? Whether you had the butter there for one of you. Yeah? Because that's equality. Even though I know most of my friends would butter my bread for me so that they go well. And that's respect, and they know that I do have the best interest at heart. Yeah? And if everything's free will, what does it matter? Just leave the fucking kids alone. Leave them to be fucking kids. I honestly can't live, or nor want to live, in a world where I could walk down my high street and see a 6-year-old girl pregnant holding her husband's hand. Because I'm going to kill her husband. ASAP, mate. I fucking see right there that you're a pedo, mate. There's a fucking kid fucking pregnant, right? And you're holding her fucking hand. Either which way, you're a fucking pathetic excuse of a father, or you're a pathetic excuse of a man. And either which way, you don't deserve to live. Because if you've allowed that to happen to your daughter, mate, where the fuck were you as the dad? Yeah? Where's the protector? What were you doing? Simple as, really, isn't it? Right? Well, I was working a factory job that only produces actual pollution for the world. But it also gives me something to waste 7.5 hours of my day for 5 days a week so that I can earn pocket money to shove up my arse. Yep. I've streamed for a long period of time, mate. And I ain't earned anything off it. But it's not stopped me from coming on. It's not stopped me from streaming. Even when I gave up and realised that it wouldn't matter even if I had all the money to go to court for my son. Right? If he doesn't want to see me at the end of the day, he's not going to see me. So now it comes down to his behalf as well as me going to court. Been out his life for way too long. And for a start, the courts can just shut me straight down. You've been out his life this long, what's the point now? Because I've only just managed to get the money. That's why. And the problem is I didn't get into that area where, I've only just managed to make the money. No, I'm in the area where I never gonna make that amount of money. Without doing something that's against the law that will put me in prison anyway. How the fuck am I supposed to physically go to court with how much it costs to be able to get contact for my son and then say where I got the money from? You know what I mean? Oh, where'd you get money to go for your son as you're only on benefits? And you can't work since last time you came here to court for your son. Because we made sure of that. We made you get all your shit diagnosed, otherwise you won't see your son. It's a no-brainer situation, like you're going to do it, aren't you? You did it as well, didn't you? Yeah, and then you couldn't see your son. And then you could never afford the money to even apply to court, never mind actually go to court. Yeah, I know, it's good, isn't it? It's good. And then you just got to live a life of suffering as you were trying to seek help and get through stuff and just get nowhere in the long run. And every corner and turn that you actually went was really what you needed was for the mother and the grandmother to shed mercy upon your behalf. But they didn't, did they? Right, the only way I were going to make the fucking money to be able to go to court was to be a prostitute, right? Or to sell fucking coke. Yeah. That was the only way I were ever going to make the money to go to court. And then I saw spoiled brats on YouTube, like Noah J456, right? Make a lot of money upon streaming Nazi zombies. I'm better than fucking Noah J456 at Nazi zombies anyway. Especially when it came to the Black Ops 3 area. Now, I don't have that attention span to play Nazi zombies anymore. Like, it's boring. You killed the game, and I've lost interest in it altogether. I mean, even to the point where I had to start shedding mercy upon my friends and just like, we got to round 30, that was GG. Yeah, I've been dead for 11 rounds, Ben. Yeah, but we got to round 30 though, didn't we, bro? Yeah, but I've been dead for 11 rounds. Alright. My bad. Do you want to go to round 40? No, I fucking don't. No. Just die so that we can go on multiplayer, please. Alright? You know what I mean? Fucking hell, I got to like round 100 on Revelations with generally not even trying. Mainly because I didn't need to. I mean, pack-a-punching the wonder weapon that was on Shadows of Evil was overpowered. Even being unpack-a-punched, it was still overpowered anyway. It was basically an upgraded Gersha device that imploded after it sucked everything in. So therefore, all I used to do was group them all up, shoot it in floor, and then keep 5 lots of bullets just in case I ever got trapped when I was grouping them, But I would have blast furnace on because I realised that as long as I grouped all the zombies in a type area, I could shoot 3 bullets and wipe out the whole horde and play fucking follow the leader again. You know what I mean? Nice and simple. And I kind of thought that way would have helped me. But it never did. And because of my situation, I really had no other option other than like prostitution and fucking selling cocaine would have got me there. And I didn't want to do any of them, right? I was done interacting with people upon any more of that fucking sexual alterity anyway, right? I mean, even with like the new modern day and age, if I was really that desperate, I could create an OnlyFans. You know what I mean? I could do females quite easy. I get told I look like a female from behind, so as long as I'm taking like fucking pictures from behind, I'll be pretty fine. You know, it'd just be like comments like, why do you only take like back shots? Like, thanks for that, dickhead. I've not had one dick up my arse, I'll have you know. I ain't took a back shot ever. Maybe you get where I'm coming from, right? You know what I mean? And then I could even do like a tranny one. And then I could do a male version one. I mean, really, all you're doing is you're getting paid a load of monies for taking pictures of your private parts. Or, you know, maybe you're doing it the elegant way. You know what I mean? Which is you're actually dressed and actually a decent looking woman. Right? Instead of, I get plowed by 50 blokes a day just so I can upload content. Like, there's no class. There's no respect. There's no nothing in that. Right? There's a reason why I was always attracted to burlesque dancers. Right? Because, yeah, it's sexy and it is revealing. But it's not. Right? They always leave that little bit to imagination. You know what I mean? For a woman to be respectful, if you're showing too much legs, cover up your tits. If you're showing too much tits, cover up your legs. Trust me, us men love that. We respect that more than you walking down with your fanny out, or your rat out, as we used to call it. Like, get rat out. Right? I mean, the problem is like sometimes you can say get the rat out, and they get the tail out. You know what I mean? Right? Right? Or get your tits out for the lads. Right? We actually have more respect for that than everything being on the thing. Right? You got everything on display. I'll tell you, there is 2 reactions that a man takes to that. That's an easy shag. That's a fucking slag, mate. And then walks away. Right? That one that's because that's an easy shag. They're like, oh. They call me Mr. Austin Powers. Groovy, baby. Right? That's what he's going to be doing. And the one that's gone slag mate and then walk away, not interested. Now, you could be a fully decent, respectful woman that is actually worth the time. But due to how you dress, is going to reactivate a stereotype. Due to my image, you would assume that I was a skater, a surfer, or at least a rocker. Mainly because I have long hair. Right? We never once assumed a male that had long hair is a transsexual. That's come into modern day society, even though it's always been there. Okay? I can remember watching fucking, I think it was, what's the fucking soap with My Family, Peggy Mitchell and all that. And I remember watching that, and there was an old man that when he was in his office, he used to dress as a female, and then, like, he would hide it. And I asked my mum, like, why does he hide that? Oh, because he's embarrassed of it. But why? Because he dresses as a female. But why? Mrs. Brown Boy doesn't, and he's a man. Mrs. Darkfire didn't, And he was a man. That weird Rocky Horror show that you used to make me watch with a bunch of gimps damping around the fucking stage, none of them was. Well, it's embarrassing. Why is it embarrassing? Like, I was taught that women wasn't allowed to work in Shakespeare's, so I assumed that the actresses would have been males in dresses. So I don't understand why he's embarrassed. Or unless he just doesn't want people to know that he dresses up that way. Then fair dues. But, you know, pick your times, sort of thing. And that's what we have locked doors for. Right? No one gives a fuck what you like doing behind closed doors. No one cares. Just make sure there's no harm to innocents. And make sure there's no harm to fucking anyone in general. But, you know, leave the kids alone. And the reason why I say no harm to innocents is, you know, because if you like it kinky, obviously there's going to be harm performed within that situation, isn't there? Right? But now if you don't, there's going to be no harm. But, like, say, if you decide to do that shit with your child, there's always harm. That's abuse. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay? And that does need solving. And the bit time that humanity starts to get with the actual fucking program, you'll learn to realise that we'll have a lot more intelligent life forms come into our fucking atmosphere and actually start helping humanity again. But due to the fact that we got given limited technology to see how we would evolve, to see how we would adapt, to see how we would use it, we are no greater than motherfucking monkeys. Yeah? No greater than monkeys. Because they did a social experiment with monkeys, and unfortunately the monkeys started trading the bargaining tool for food for sexual favours as well. Humanity does the exact same. We will barter and change our money for sexual favours instead of food instead. Okay, but we also do this with drugs and alcohol. Right? But you see, with the parrots and the birds, well, you see, they noticed that the other one wasn't getting the food. So the parrot and the bird would give the other bird the money so that they could get some food as well. Birds learnt to share economically. Yeah? You see, where the monkeys started to use it as an alpha male representation. Yeah? They couldn't be the biggest ding 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 in the pack, so they used something else that allowed them to mate. Right? Humanity is no fucking greater than a goddamn monkey, mate. The only difference is, you know, like, honestly, I kind of think we're a hybrid between monkeys and alien races. I also believe that we have two different sorts. I believe that the whites originate from Mars, which is why we suffer with sciatica upon Earth, and also we have a film saying white men can't jump, and black people originate from Earth, which is why they don't suffer with sciatica. This is why the sun doesn't damage them or age them as much as white people. Okay? Because they are used and they are the original species of this earth. If you want my honest opinion, I think the white people got too fucking technology advanced on Mars. We nuked it because it looks like a fucking nuke site anyway. It looks like a barren land anyway. It just looks devastated. Right? It really does. And unfortunately, we had to abandon that on a ship like we have here, where we have capsules that are asleep, but to be honest, I believe we would have took unborn embryos, therefore allowing Adam and Eve to happen. You know what I mean? You get the point? Because you'd have two pilots manning the ship to get into the Earth's atmosphere. When we'd have got into Earth's atmosphere, we would have sorted the unborn embryos out so that they would have been fertilized, they would have been on their way in test tubes, blah, blah, blah. And then we would have moved on to development. Right? And the worst bit about it is what's doing my head in is we've got now the black culture really bringing up about the slavery and all that shit. Do you know all you black people that's still crying about the slavery that happened many years ago before you was even born? Yeah? The fact that you wasn't even born within that time and day and age is damn right disrespectful, because your grandparents that were fighting through that fucking bad area of time to get you freedom and get you liberated, right, so that you could forget times like that and have a brighter future, yeah? Yeah, they went through all that so you could have a better future, and yet you sat there crying about it, right? You didn't go through it, you didn't experience it, and that's what they fought for, so that you wouldn't go through that, yeah? Same as you LGBT fucking whatever, because the map's there, fucking noncy little bastards, mate, right? And no offence, mate, but every gay person, every lesbian, every bisexual, and every tranny, mate, I all now, because you've allowed pedophilia to go onto that area, you're all fucking nonsense, mate. All of you. I don't want to speak to anyone with that sexual and orientation unless I know you on a personal level, but do not expect me to be going making any new friends upon that. Because now I've got a question. You one of them fucking weirdos? Well, I'm only gay. Yeah, but when your Nancy shit was supposed to come on my Asperger's, autism, ADHD, right, on the syndrome spectrum, yeah, is a mental disorder and that lot. And like I said to my doctor, the only thing that's fucking wrong with you mentally is that you're still breathing, right? You know what I mean? Right. I fought against that. I went straight to my doctor, mate, and I fucking kicked off, mate. And I said, if they do, mate, I will be fucking murking everything, right? And the reason why, I'd rather go down fucking being done for killing fucking nonsense than ever being put in an area where I could be identified as fucking one because of my disability. I don't think so, mate. Right? And the difference is I won't be doing it in an intelligent way, right? Like I could have done in the past. I'd have been just doing it blatantly in the middle of the fucking street. Kids around and everything. You know what I mean? You're autistic, mate. Fair dues, slitting your throat. Why'd you do that? Well, because I'm Asperger's and apparently we're all fucking pedos now. So I'm just going to kill everyone that I come across that's got this problem so that I don't have to identify as a pedo. Because I don't think pedos are going out there killing other pedos because there'd be a lot less of them. You know what I mean? I think it's a man that fucking builds up with rage and directs his anger towards the people that fucking deserve it. Other ones going out killing these motherfuckers. The ones showing frustration towards these motherfuckers. Right? Because they deserve it. And the thing is that they couldn't learn from their violent ways, so they learned to direct it towards the right way. So that the people that didn't deserve it didn't have to interact with that situation, nor get punished because of that situation. Therefore, you know, nobody that doesn't deserve it doesn't get hurt. But some motherfucker that does deserve it, Well, I mean, like, you fucking deserve it, mate. Like, what do you want me to say? Pull up Christmas cracker? You know? Do you want to check my new camera? Oh, sorry, this is a gun. It did flash, though. Did you? Oh, shit. He would have seen it, though. Before he died? Yeah, well, obviously before. He's not going to see it after, is he? Daft bastard. Right? There ain't no problem with it. I mean, fucking hell. You want to make me laugh? Right. Tell me the best joke in the world. All it's got to start with, mate, is a nonce died. Really? Fucking ass a good joke. I ain't even told you punchline. I didn't even get to... Yeah, but a nonce died. I don't need any... Was it a good? Did he die in a good way? Well, I mean, it's a good way that he died anyway. Well, good that he died. It's good. Yeah, he got what he deserved. Does it really matter? I mean, a nonce died. Like, who the fuck gives a shit? But I did need to feel better. Why does that make you feel better? Well, he's not touching another kid again, is he? Like, simple as, mate. He ain't touching no other kid again, is he? He dead, motherfucker. Like, you dead. Yeah, try and touch that kid over there. Oh, wait, you can't move. Problem solved. You know? It's pretty obvious. Or failing this, we put them in jail for literally life. Not 25 years. No, legit life, mate. You go to jail for life, you right? I mean, personally, I think that's going to be a waste of taxpayers' money because people that are violent 9 times out of 10 can be rehabilitated. People that get caught for robbing and 9 times out of 10 are only doing it to support something in the first place, which is either their family, their habit, or... Well, actually, that's really it, to be honest, to support their family and their habit. Is 9 times out of 10 why they're robbing something. You know? And the more luxury of a lifestyle that you have within those areas, the more you're going to have to do. So, you know, like a smackhead starts off robbing for a tenner's bit of smack, 0.2. Probably gives him one lot of injection, mate. Which probably gives him about, I don't know, an hour and a half to a bit of a buzz. Right, but unfortunately that's a highly addictive substance, and this is why I picked this one, and because I've seen people go down a motherfucking path upon this. The problem is we were all too fucking young and dumb and stupid and didn't know what the fuck we were doing because we never got taught in school. We got taught how to take drugs in day, but we never got taught how to fucking deal with, you know, rehabilitation, helping people out, helping people come off drugs. But, you know, in year 5, I knew how to smoke crack due to the education system that taught me. I knew what a crack pipe was because of the education. I mean, I already knew beforehand, but you know what I mean, right? When I got taught there, right? Drug education, something on awareness, I think. I can't remember what it was called anyway, but it was called DARE. And that was the program that we all learned, right? I knew how to find shrooms in the wild because they brought the motherfuckers in for us to actually see what these was and which ones we wanted and which ones we didn't want. So we knew this all in year 5. We was taught how to take drugs in year 5 through the DARE program. We was taught sex education in primary school, but wasn't taught anything about protection. Or anything to do with pedophilia. Right? If we want to protect our kids, unfortunately, we're going to have to teach kids within our education system how to identify a fucking nonce. So that they know that if Uncle Fred touches them in a naughty place, right, that they're to go and tell an adult. Whereas in like a lot of my friends said, when Uncle Fred, the dirty little bastard, touched him, went, don't tell anyone because you'll get in trouble. So they put fear into that child, bearing in mind all the fear that they've probably just experienced through whatever the fucking sicko's done to them, right? They've got now more fear on what their parents are going to do. And the problem is, from what I've seen as well, instead of comforting your child and getting down to the truth, because I mean, you know, you could just have a fucking child that needs a good fucking thrashing if they're lying about shit like that, right? But you'll have a go at your child and call him a liar, so that Uncle Dirty Fred can keep fucking touching him, right? And the thing is my friends talk to me. My friends communicate to me. I listen directly to my friends. Right? But the thing is my friends don't like interacting with me that much because I don't like small talk. Yeah? Oh, I brought this new phone. Oh, wow, that's amazing, bro. Did you make it? No, I went on a website and just brought it. Oh, wow, you did so much. Wow. Oh, that's amazing, that is. You did all that yourself. Just you went on a website and just brought it. Yeah. It's a fucking phone, you idiot. The fuck am I supposed to do? Throw you a birthday party? Shut the fuck up. Oh, you see my new shoes, bro? They keep your feet dry. Yeah, bro? Alright, that's the reason you brought them. You brought them to keep your feet dry, dickhead. Did you know that? Yeah, but don't you think they're nice? I think they're a pair of shoes that keep your feet dry. Right, I think they do exactly what you brought them for. You know what I mean? Oh, bro, like my new t-shirt. It'd say better if it said you're a dickhead on it. Like, dickhead and an arrow pointing up. But, I mean, we can already see it dangling from your forehead. Right. Oh, bro, see my new car I brought? Oh, wow. Did you make that? Yeah, factory did it for me, and I just brought all components and everything together. Right. You see, back in my day, we grew up to, yo, bro, check my new exhaust, bro. I had to put this on here, I had to take this off here, do this, do that, do this. Now you motherfuckers buy a car that's already kitted out to be a boy racer in the first place, and yet you think you've achieved something. You ain't done fuck all. Right? All you did was work a 7 to 5 fucking job, mate, to eventually pay for a piece of fucking shit that don't matter in the first place. Right? Get to A to B. You know, the one things that have always supported me in my life, and the one thing I can always guarantee to support me in my life, is my legs until I lose mobility. Would you believe that? Would you believe my legs have managed to get me to A to B most of my motherfucking life? Right, without a motherfucking issue. Unless I took a bad fall on the skateboard, or injury at work, or, pulled my hip from fucking shagging some bird or some crap. Right. This is your problem. And this what needs to change, mate. Most of you are so happy to take gratitude and appraisal for someone else's work that don't even belong to you. Don't even belong to you. But I'm grabbing my dog soon. I'm picking him up. Yeah, I'm manhandling my dog. And I'm motherfucking cuddling him, whether he likes the fucker or not. Right. Simple as. Bruv. Get it? Right. Simple as. Because I love him, I need a cuddle, I feel miserable because I've not been able to cuddle him, I know I ain't got long left, and I've got no choice but to do the right fucking thing. And, you know, I'm just kind of low on money situation, but that's is what it is. I mean, I'd love to say that people out there actually give a shit, mate, and may or may not help me within the situation, but they won't. Never received any support within that. I mean, my support is my tuck shop money that I get, really. That's about it. Tuck shop money. But other than upon that, I don't receive any aid. I'm trying to get help, though. I am now. Especially now that Alf's gone, I've got nothing to actually live for anymore. So I'm trying to receive help. I did ask my mate Ginge for help, Orange Wizard on here, but he didn't fucking help me one bit. So, like, I'm not bothered about that anymore. You know, just don't ask me for help. Don't expect me to help. And don't ask me for help, sort of shit. Like, look, bro, you left me struggling on my own when I asked for help, because I was struggling to control my temper, and it was getting really bad, and it was starting to get directed towards people that didn't deserve it, which is why I asked him for help in the first place. You know, that kind of left me in a shit situation. So, like, another one of my mate Glenn, he came up and was like, oh, I want to get stoned and that lot. Like, bro, I'm not doing that deadbeat shit anymore, bro. Right? I'm not doing it just so I can sit there and smoke and get stoned. No, bro. I'm not doing that no more. I'm going to smoke weed, but I'm going to use it for medical purposes. Not to just be a fucking deadbeat and lounge around youth. Right? I mean, technically, I'm a deadbeat that don't smoke weed at the minute, highly frustrated that plays games, tries to stream, and tries to get my opinion out there to try and make a better world. I mean, we've got Florida on with. I don't know who she is, but she's fucking beautiful. Had brown nose hair, but in a different manner of speaking. Right. Meaning I won't mind licking her arsehole and the shitting on my nose, mate, as long as... Yeah, she's an attractive bird, mate. I mean, I'd fucking fall in love with that bitch, you know, mate, to be honest, if it were in front of me and I knew I could have access to it. Like, I mean, she's worth it to me. She actually proved her worth to me. Because she proves that she's more bothered about the kids. Which, you know, as she's willing to protect the kids on that manner, that she's going to defend them and say that these motherfuckers need sacrificing. I believe if I was to have a child with her and move back to Britain, right, she would still make sure I would still be able to see that child. She wouldn't put any implications or problems of me seeing my child. Well, our child. But, you know, as we split up, it kind of goes more to the selfish. But that's what I'm saying. And the problem is I don't need to get into situations to weigh out the outcomes. Right? I already know the outcomes because I've already traveled all the different dimensions. What we need is a better direction for the whole world to move upon. Is it bad that I've just been paid, sent my mum her money back, and now I'm literally left with fucking like 40 quid? And I don't even know if I've got to pay Sky yet. And also, I need to go and get my tobacco. But luckily, I found someone decent that can help me out. So I'm not wasting my money on fucking deadbeat drink for the time being while I try and find fucking a better outcome to than what I'm doing. The 12th from the 13th. Payment due on the... Wait. So balance brought forward.
Apex personnel, please check your duty roster for important updates.
£11. I already paid that, yeah. Next pending bill. April, which is next month. I think I might get paid before that. See, like, this is where I borrow money off Mum, because I'm useless at this shit. Which is another reason why I'm doing the exercises, because, you know, I'm starting to write down dates again. So, like, right now, and also for the past God knows how long, I've wrote, so the 23rd of March, I've actually wrote that down. And then I've obviously got, where do I start writing down? So I started doing it when I hit 100. But because I've kept with the repetition of hitting 100 for, I did it on the 20th. I didn't really do anything on the 19th. I was just fucking, I just sulked around, I'm not gonna lie. But on the 20th, I managed to do 100. On the 21st, I managed to do 100. And on the 22nd, which was yesterday, I managed to do 100. Right? Which is keeping me towards something else, and also trying to interpret with my streaming, and also keeping me focused for, you know, I'm guessing I've already paid that. So let's check my internet bill. Make sure I paid that. So balance.
Arc-Parchero advises that power consumption is nominal.
That's soon. That's basically the money that I had just gone now. Oh well. I wanted to smoke.
Hydroponics reports oxygen production is nominal.
Suppose depression's much more better. Focuses on the exercise. And also I didn't do very well. Well, technically I did, but I didn't. Right.
Apex personnel, please check your duty roster for important updates.
And like, this is the thing, mate. Right? I'm actually speaking about my addiction. I'm speaking about my addiction.
Arc-Parchero advises that power consumption is nominal.
You know. And I'm trying to help people with their addictions by speaking about my addictions and the reason why I've got those addictions. Like, come on, man. I've been through actual trauma that pretty much fucking wrote me clean out. Right? It's knocked me off for 9 years. And now, I'm trying to get out into society instead of just being isolated from society. Although society doesn't accept me, I don't really know how to talk to society. And I try my best, alright? I try my best. But everybody wants to judge, everybody wants to make its accusations, but yet nobody knows how to help. You know what I mean? So, it's kind of one of them. Right, I'm spending time with my dog. If you don't like it, suck a dick. I ain't got long left with him anyway, and I'm going to irritate him, so even if he don't like it, he licks his own dick anyway, so he's already got that solved. So, yeah. It's kind of like, shut up and put up.